Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's me, the Mysterious Cameraman, and today we are going to be talking about Voldemort, the Origins of the Heir. This was a 52-minute YouTube fan film that released back in 2018. I know it's a bit old compared to some of the other fan films I've been talking about, including Lotus and Captain America, the Taskmaster Trials, but I felt like I had to talk about it it's just such a good fan film, and I just saw it, and I'm trying to talk about some of those old fan films that I'm just seeing now, because a lot of them are really good. But this one is very different than the other ones because it's from one YouTube channel with 3 videos, 2 trailers, and the actual thing. And the actual thing is very different than any other fan film I've ever seen, because it focuses on a very different type of plot as any other film. The film opens up to a very cool opening with a good song in the opening credits, along with revealing the cast of the characters. Basically, the entire film is just a flashback from the one character, the heir of Gryffindor, who really is Voldemort. But the entire film is really just the heir of Gryffindor explaining to this soldier that they need the diary because Voldemort murdered a person, and the entire film is literally just a flashback to the heirs of all the houses, and then to the killing of Hepzibah Smith, and then to the framing and all those other things that come with it. And then there are some other scenes explaining some of the characters, but never is it truly revealed why this is and it is a bit obvious that this heir of Gryffindor isn't completely who they say they are, because there are some hints and details that make it seem like a lie, but mostly it does seem very realistic. And that is something I really like about this fan film, because it doesn't do anything that you've seen so often, yet that is something that is seen in some fan films, because the times that they just do an entire flashback as the film, that has happened before, like Gambit Play for Keeps is sort of like that, and along with the other one, the Sisters of the House of Black, that's another one that deals with a lot of flashbacks and things in a pensieve, but that is another thing for another time. But the fan films that I think are cool are adapting stories, kind of like the Percy Jackson web series, which is something I think this could have been done really well, explaining how Voldemort killed all these people, but overall it does so many things good, because it explains how Voldemort became evil and kind of the crimes of it, because this takes place right after Fantastic Beasts, but right before the Harry Potter series, so it makes perfect sense. And then there are some parts of it that are a bit confusing, but overall it makes so much sense and is really good. And it has some really good editing for when powers are used, and because all the things in it are done very well, and there are so many parts of it that you don't see all the time, because it's very difficult for a Harry Potter fan film to be done well, because it involves so many powers and stuff. And I'm going to be doing a whole video talking about myth and magic and how those fan films can either be really good or really bad. But I'm going to just talk about it a bit now, which is that you have to master the abilities to make it seem like a realm, and not just to be these characters with these powers. Implied that these have such great editing, and it has great dialogue, and it has the lore behind it, so this is such a great fan film because it masters all those things. And I'm going to be talking about this more in another video, but when there's a the Percy Jackson web series, it doesn't actually show any powers being used. It's more just some of those dialogue scenes, which is, I know it could be a problem, but overall that is not something you always want to be seeing. It's sometimes cool to see those powers being used fully. And yeah, but I really hope that this could have a sequel. It's good, and yeah, it is the longest fan film I've really ever found, because the Marvel ones are usually 20 minutes. I've never actually seen a Rick Riordan book, Percy Jackson thing that long. I've just seen web series, but besides that, there isn't really much So, like, I do hope that there are new things, but at the same time, like, how could that really happen when it's just all these things going on? But then another good thing about this film is that it focuses so much on this character that we don't know about, yet makes so much sense that it exists. Because, like, the heir of Slytherin doesn't, like, they know that they opened the chamber, which is a bit of an plot inconvenience, but besides that, the story does make a lot of sense, and I like the analogy to Quidditch that's used a lot, and some of those scenes are really good. Like, every scene is shot well, but the characters also seem so realistic, but I don't really think I have any more bad things to say about it. It's just such a great film. It focuses so much on the good things, and for the bad parts of the film, it kind of, like, it always is keeping good to go, even though it doesn't always seem like that, and the ending is so good, but yeah. And besides that, yeah, Voldemort Origins of the Heir is one of the best Harry Potter fan films I've ever seen. It does so many things good, and could improve on some things, but overall it is one of the best fan films I've ever seen. See you guys in the next one. Bye.